is our Cat Connection extended version here on KFJB-TV. We're joined by boys track coach Bob Gilbertson. Coach, you've had some second and third place finishes, third at the Kenny Dean relays, second at the Knoxville Panther relays. Some good results this year. What have you seen out of your team that you've really liked so far?
We just really continue to work hard, make progress. A lot of the guys put in a lot of work over the winter months to get ready for this, and just keep on going forward and getting better results.
We're going to talk to James Johnson as well as Gatlil Jor coming up here in a minute. But James, what impresses you about him? Because he's doing those long events. I mean, you got to have some endurance to do those.
James is someone who's kind of newer to the sport. When you look at it, he's only been running for a couple years, and he just really is a student of the sport. He looks at stats, he knows different techniques and different strategies, and he's really put in the work from last year during track season to all summer and all winter during off-season running, cross country, and he's just really getting better and better and better, and I'm looking for a lot of good things for him to come this rest of the spring.
Yeah. Gatlil Jor has got some speed to burn out there. What impresses you about him?
Yeah, he is somebody who's very versatile. He does a lot of things for us. We've joked he's ran everything from 100 to 800 and all the hurdle events. He just will do anything we ask of him, and he does it to the best of his ability. And the teammates know that when he's in a race with them, that they're going to get his best effort every time.
Of course, you've got a big conference meet in Ames coming up on May 2nd. What are you looking for your team to really get ready and compete at that?
Well, it's been pretty busy the last 3 weeks with meet practice. So we're excited to get into some training time again coming up this week and next week to get ready for that. Been looking at some different things on Varsity Bound to see where we can kind of get some points here and there, and just looking to get some final tweaking with our training to get some more time drops.
And numbers-wise, how you sitting this year between varsity and JV? You looking good?
Yeah, we started the year close to about 90 maybe, and we're at about 60, 65 right now, which is up 15 from last year. Oh, wow. So we have a lot of guys out. We got a lot of young guys. We have a 9-10 meet coming up soon, and we have about 45 freshmen and sophomores that we can take.
That has to leave a good feeling for you, right?
Yeah, definitely. There's a lot of young kids, and they've made a lot of progress this year, and some kids doing things that they didn't think they could do, and so it's been kind of great to see their eyes open up to see what's possible. Last
question for you, Bob. This new facility here at Leonard Cole Field, what have you kind of maybe heard from the athletes or seen yourself about the new track surface?
It's just an added plus for our training and for the ability to host things here. The guys love it. It's got some good cushion. It's not as hard as our old surface. They take a lot of pride in it. They really like coming out here to practice every day. And when we run the turf too, we love to get on the turf and do some different things there for recovery workouts. So it's great. And then opposing coaches that have been here just have said it's a great facility, and they're excited to come back.
Thanks for your time today.
Yep, thank you.
It's our Cat Connection. We're with James Johnson now, senior for the boys track team. And boy, I was looking over all the events you're tied in with. You're really pulling from that cross-country background, right? I mean, you've got some of the longer runs here on the track.
Yeah, I'm running 800s, 1600, 3200, so most of the long stuff is what I do.
Yeah. You do some of the relays as well. Tell me a little bit about the challenges of doing relays, working with other guys, counting on them to kind of, the handoffs, whatever it may be.
Yeah, the handoffs, we do a lot of that stuff in practice, but in relays, it feels like there's a little bit more pressure because you don't want to let your teammates down. I'm not just running for myself, I'm running to have a faster time for the whole team, so.
When you look at track compared to cross country, what do you think is the biggest difference in your mindset? I mean, is it just the challenge of cross country grinding the whole way, or is it a little bit harder because you're really running against other guys out here on this track?
I mean, they're both hard. Honestly, I think it's a little bit easier because my races are shorter and it's a completely flat surface. I'm running the same thing. Cross country is different courses, hills, and all that stuff. It kind of sucks.
I'm sure the wind isn't that awesome though. Like a day like today, I'm sure coming around some of those corners, you just get blasted, right?
Like I'm running against a wall sometimes. The wind is unbearable.
Yeah. So. Yeah. And you find that more in the springtime than sometimes in the fall too. So is there things that you can do to kind of practice for those wind-like situations you might get in the spring?
I mean, yeah, it's just practicing. Like on days like this, we practice outside instead of inside, so then we're used to it during meets. And in the off season, a lot of the cold, windy days, especially the winter. So kind of get used to it.
Of course, you've got conference coming up right around the corner as you take on Ames. Tell me a little bit about what you're looking for out of yourself in the final stretch run of the season.
I want to qualify for state in the 3200 for sure. That's my main focus. I'd like the 1600 as well, but I think I'm closer for that 3200, so that's going to be my main focus.
Well, it's your senior season. Enjoy it, all right?
Yep, thank you.
All right. As we continue with our Cat Connection, Gatlil Jor, we'll talk with him coming up. Gatlil Jor now joining us on our Cat Connection. It's been since basketball season since I've seen you. We saw that speed out there on the court, and I've been seeing some of your results are translating out here on the track. What do you make your season so far?
I think my season is doing really good right now. I hope I can do better in our next 2 meets. And me and my coach is practicing, so that can happen.
Yeah. You're involved in the 200 dash yourself individually. What makes it kind of exciting on some of those short runs like that?
The 200, mainly I run hurdles like the highs and the 400, but on the 200 I just make sure to get out strong and then stay tall.
Yeah, I've heard it's all about how you kind of get out of the gate too. So how do you kind of work on that in practice on just getting out and getting a good start?
We do drills like starting with blocks. So when I start with the 200, I listen, and when I get out, I drive my foot up so we can just stay tall and then be ready.
Of course, you're involved in some relays as well. So you work on the individual side, but the relays, I mean, we see that. I mean, you're counting so much on your teammates too, not only yourself, right?
Yeah, on the relays, you and your teammates gotta get ready, prepare before you run. We do stretches before we run, and then to get ready, we lock in. Like we just think about our race and think of what we're gonna do.
Yeah. Your senior season, what other activities besides basketball are you involved in?
I'm just involved in sports, track and basketball. That's it.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure that keeps you busy enough, right?
Yeah, and some homework and chemistry.
Yeah, you gotta work on the schoolwork as well too to be out there on the field. So, hey, best of luck rest of the season. All right.
Yep, thank you.
All right, that is Gatlil Jor with us. We'll get in a handshake there here on our Cat Connection on KFJB-TV.